Hey everyone, good morning. I'm Tansha Agrawal and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now we are going to solve today's code daily challenge, which is apply operations to an array. Okay, so let's see what is this question and how we can solve it. So in this question, you are given a zero indexed array nums of size n consisting of non-negative integers. So you have been given an array which contains only non-negative integers and you need to apply n minus 1 operations to this array where ith operation you will apply the following on the ith element of nums. Okay, and when will you apply that operation? If nums of I equals to nums of I plus 1, only then you will apply that operation. And what is the operation? You will need to then multiply nums of I by 2 and set nums of I plus 1 to 0. So if the nums of I is equals to nums of I plus 1, then you will need to multiply nums of I by 2 and make nums of I plus 1 to 0. And after performing all the operations, shift all the zeros to the end of the array. That is, if after performing the operation, your array becomes something like this, then you need to shift all the zeros to the end and bring all the numbers in the front. And you will need to return the resulting array. Note that the operations are applied sequentially, not all at once. Okay, so see, you have been given with an array with non-negative integers. So let's start applying the operations. Is 1 equals to 2? No. Okay, 2 equals to 2? Yes. So we will need to multiply 2 by 2, that it will become 4 and make it 0. Okay, now 0 equals to 1? No. Okay, now 1 equals to 1? Yes. So make 1 as 2, this one as 2, and then make this one as 0. Now 0 equals to 0. Yes, multiply this 0 by 2 and make this 0 as 0. Okay, now you will need to send all the zeros in the back. So it will become 1, 4, 2, 0, 0, 0. Right? And as you can match it with your output as well. Okay. So very basic brute force approach we can think of is that we can start iterating on this given nums and we'll check if nums of I equals to nums of I plus 1. If yes, then we will update the nums of I with nums of I multiplied by 2 and nums of I plus 1 with 0. Okay, and we can create another vector which will be our result vector to push the numbers which are non-zero. Let's suppose if we have compared 1 with 2, so if they are not equal, then we can push 1. And if we have compared 2 with 2, okay, so we need to update 2 with 2 multiplied by 2. So we update it with 4 in this nums vector and we push this 4 in our result vector. And then when we come to this 1 with 1, so this will be also equal. So then we will push 2 again. So we will keep on pushing all the non-zero elements in our result vector. Okay, and then but the size of result vector is not equals to the size of nums, so we will fill it with the rest of the zeros. Okay, so in this way you can get your answer. But here this result vector will take big O of any space complexity, and like here we are updating the nums vector only, which is the input vector. So in the interviews, never update the given data on your own. Do ask your interviewer that whether you can update the given data or you will need to create some other vector. So for now, let's consider updating this input data. So this way we big of n space and this way we big of 1 space as we are updating the input data, and this result space is causing this space complexity. And as we are doing a single iteration, so its time complexity will be big O of n and its space complexity will be big O of n if we are updating the input data, or big O of 2n if we are creating the new vector. Okay, so anyways, either we can create a new vector or if we are updating this input data, anyways we have this one vector already. So can't we do something with this vector so that we can save our space complexity of this output vector? Okay, so let's think of if we can save the space complexity of this output vector. Okay, so what was our input? 1 2 2 1 1 0. Okay, 1 2 2 1 1 0. Cool. So this was our input vector. Okay, now we have one, we are updating this vector only. Okay, so let's update the indexes as well, 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, now let's compare. 1 is equals to 2, no, so let's update this with 1. Okay, and 2 equals to 2, yes, so 4 and this 0. Now we need to compare this updated values. So 0 equals to 1, no. 1 equals to 1, yes, so update it with 2, 1 multiplied by 2, and with 0. 0 equals to 0, yes, 0 multiplied by 2, 0, and then this 0. Okay, now what we can do to bring all the zeros in the end? Now what we can do to bring all the zeros in the end in this vector only and without creating a separate vector for this? Okay, so can we keep one pointer at this index, let's say start index? Okay, and let's just keep iterating on this vector. Okay, so if it is non-zero, let's say we have started iterating in our nums with I pointer. Okay, now if this nums of I is non-zero, then what we will do, we will update our nums of start idx. Just give me a second. In which condition? If nums of I is not equals to 0, then what we will do, we will update our nums of start idx with nums of I. Okay, so right now let's start updating this vector. So yes, this is non-zero. Okay, and we will simply update our start idx with +1. Okay, okay, so now start idx is at this and I is also at this. This is I. Okay, nums of I is not equals to 0. Okay, so update start idx with nums of I. Okay, now start idx is at this, nums of I is at this point. Okay, so nums of I is 0, so we will not update it and we will increment our I. Start idx is still pointing at this index. Okay, now nums of I is not 0. Okay, so let's update our start idx. Now our start idx is pointing to this position and I is pointing to this position. Okay, the nums of I is still 0. Okay, let's update nums of I. Nums of I is still 0. Okay, let's update our nums of I. Okay, so now our start idx is pointing at location 3. Okay, but we have only filled 3 values till now and the size of the vector was 6. Okay, so now what we can do is we can increment our start idx till the time when it is less than n and update our nums of start idx with 0, right? So we can simply put all the zeros in the end with this method. So what will be the time complexity of this? It will be big O of n, as we are doing single iterations every time, and now space complexity will become big O of 1 if we are not replicating the input data, and if we create a copy of input data, then its space complexity will become big O of n. And if we are replicating the input data, then the above space complexity was big O of 2n, and now it become big O of n. Although it's not a very big optimization, but yeah, in interviews you can be asked to do any kind of optimizations. Okay, so yeah, let's try code this question once. So let's store the size of the nums and let's start iterating in the nums. Okay, let me increase the font size as I got so many comments for that. Yeah, so if nums of I equals to nums of I plus 1, then what we need to do, we need to update nums of I with 2 into nums of I and nums of I plus 1 with 0. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to create a start index with 0 and start iterating in the nums. If nums of I is not equals to 0, it means we need to update nums of start idx with nums of I. and we need to increment our start IDS. And by the end of this loop, we need to fill all the zeros in the back. So nums of start IDS plus plus equals to 0, and simply return nums. Let's try run this. What I have, yeah, so we need to run this loop till n-1 because we are trying to get I plus 1th index. So yeah, let's try submitting it. Yeah, it's working fine. So yeah, this was all for this question. I hope you get it, but if you still have any doubts, then you can post in the comment section. I will surely try to answer them. Till then, bye guys, see you in the next video.